Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another fun, exciting league playoff match of Randomizer. Got a really good one here. Got a team that's all right, I suppose. Frame will give an interview if we win versus Operation Get Good. And for the remainder of the series, this is going to be an elimination match as the team on the right here is up 2-0. But my name's ALTTTPR. I am with Alex here as well. I suppose we both kind of have our biased opinions of who wins this match.
I mean, we might be, but we might trash talk our teammates instead.
Well, I mean, that's a very good assumption there, considering my teammate is already trash talking me literally before the race starts. You know, there's a lot of love going on between teammates right now.
It sure is. Ak, what do you think about Jim and SirLinkalot here? What do you think about these two going up against each other?
I think Randomizer's crazy, so, man, I hate to do any predictions. I'm pretty torn, you know, because if SirLinkalot wins, that means I get to play him tomorrow. So instead of spending my, you know, Friday afternoon yelling at kids to get off my lawn, I get to play some randos, so it doesn't seem that bad. If Jim wins, though, we, you know, win the division and we move on to the conference semifinals. I think it's win-win either way for me.
I mean, I'm going to just say it like this: even if we get a race 4 or we go out here in the we go out against one of the better teams in the tournament.
Well, thank you for the compliment. All right, cool. Starting off here, both doing Sanctuary start. We got Quake right off the get. Don't have to worry about that one.
Always nice with an early medallion. You don't need to hunt down. And we got a green pennant Tower Farah and 2 regular crystals in Eastern Palace and Desert Palace.
Yeah, and this mode's just going to be your pretty much standard open mode here, so they just got to get 7 crystals, go kill Ganon. Looks like both of them are going to elect to check the Bush Crab and see what the Aga drop is here as well. Just heart from the Bush Crab. That's not going to help.
And the tree pole is not even better, so yeah.
Yeah, 5 arrows don't do much good without no bow.
I'm pretty sure that's not the item they want. I think they want some bombs here before going to Kakariko. And that's 20 rupees on the Lumberjack ledge.
Man, you must have some eagle eyes, because I don't even think I caught a pixel of that.
Hey, sometimes my eyes actually work, so...
Alright, so heading over to Lost Woods, checking Mushroom, probably going to drop down to Lumberjack. I imagine if we don't see any bombs, we'll probably save and quit from Gem. I'm not sure how SirLinkalot routes this. Hey, Bluemeld growing in the ground today. That's not so bad.
I do actually believe that SirLinkalot might even go for the same strat as Gem, going to save and quit here if there's no bombs here.
Okay.
Or maybe
no, he's
not.
Gonna be continuing.
It just feels like a common play that if you don't get bombs here, you don't gamble.
Yeah, it puts you in a tough spot, because going through Blind's hideout, I mean, that's multiple screen transitions. Cackwell has multiple screen transitions. I mean, right now, they have got literally nothing. They got no money. They got no bombs. They got no fish to turn into the bottle vendor. It's slim pickings right now.
Yeah, you gotta pick your routing here, I guess. And Gem is going to the uncle, which I actually think is pretty nice that he does this before going for those 50-50 bombs. Oh, there's a lamb.
There's a lamb. We got some magic powder hanging out in Cackwell. SirLinkalot picking Cackwell over Blind's hideout, trying to hedge his bet here since it's a little quicker to get in here. Ooh, Uncle had 3 bombs. You never would be so excited to see those.
Yeah, nice pickup for Gem here, because now he can just go to Kakariko while SirLinkalot's going to farm some rupees and then buy some bombs instead.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it one more time. Only gonna get 10 a pull here just because that bomb wall is not open. But he does it one more time, he'll be able to buy 10 bombs and not have to worry about it. And then he'll have to jump in one more time to check the item.
It's so annoying when you don't get any bombs at all. Having to do it like this. Maybe you should have gambled on Blind's hideout, because it feels like you always pick up some bombs in there.
Yeah, feels real bad too to spin the early 50 bucks too, because, you know, if you do both of these transitions, naturally you get 50 bucks from the pots. which kind of leaves you, you know, finding 50 on your own to be able to check bottle vendor. Yeah, poverty seeds can get a little weird sometimes.
Yeah, let's see what we got here on Gem side. If there's some bombs here that Sterling could have picked up. Oh, there's a lot of rupees here, so that's an unfortunate hoarding here. And there's a fire rod.
Not so bad for him. It'll get a little unlucky for him if he decides to. I mean, I'm sure he will. He'll check CAC well before he goes to. Well, he's probably going to be exiting anyways, so he'll at least get his bottle vendor money. That's all I was getting at with way too many words.
And there's Gem almost having the Sora money already.
SirLinkalot is a chicken freer. It's good to know.
300 rupees richer now.
I don't trust anybody who frees the chicken. That's a bad sign right there.
It kind of is, and there's a red boomerang.
Okay, good to have. Really have no items right now to get enemies out of your face other than the fire rod, and it's nice for menuing too.
And with all the cool stuff you can do these days in this game, man, that red boomerang is not that bad.
I will say some benefits to SirLinkalot's route right now is if he does make his way over to Uncle, he will be a little bit more inclined to check those checks and escape. So that'll work out a little bit cleaner for him.
That's correct. With that fire rod in hand, he can pretty much clear out everything and plus the bombs. So yeah, that would be very. I think I would do that play actually if I were SirLinkalot.
Yeah, kind of weird without the magic, but you can pretty much, you know, you get 2 shots from the pots, and then you can spin bombs on the rest. It'll make getting a Dark Cross a little funny, but that's a route you could do. Jim is walking his way down race game, and yeah, due to the unfortunate scarcity of items, SirLinkalot's gonna have to make the long trek all the way back down again.
Yeah, unfortunately. But hey, didn't really pick up anything good here more than the fire rod and some rupees, I guess. Oh,
wait,
there's our ether medallion. So I would probably bet that this is going to be like a Bombos hunt today.
Quake and Ether, unfortunately, we've already called it. They're useless. We are going to need Bombos for both Meyer and Turtle Rock. How do you know that? Well, it's because I don't have it. This Randomizer, guys, it's pretty easy to understand, you know, once you've played a couple.
Yeah, it's always like that. Like the one medallion that you're missing, it's always the one you need.
Alright. So, Ether grab from both. Save and quit. Feels kind of bad that Jim actually finished Kakariko before SirLinkalot, even though SirLinkalot was there first.
Like you said, it's unfortunate because those bombs made Gem's Kakariko so much easier to deal with.
So, no surprise to Jim's route here. He's probably going to be doing a little South Shore over to Mini Moldorm Cave, SirLinkalot following suit as well. It's going to be a little interesting for him. He only has 6 bombs right now. It takes 1 to open the door.
We both know that the Moldorms in there is not always cooperating, so that could be very awkward.
Yeah, hopefully he finds a couple bombs outside or something. Make it a little bit less stressful. I mean, you can absolutely do it with 5 bombs. I don't know, I'm nervous thinking about it, so...
I mean, if you miss one, it's definitely not looking good for you. Unless, you know, the Moldorms in here actually, you know, drop bombs in here.
You can obviously get some doubles every now and then, but man, it just feels real bad when you come in here and you don't you can't finish them. I mean, Jim did it in 3 bombs, so SirLinkalot's ready to show him up here.
There's 50 rupees, another 50 rupees. There's your first sword, 20 rupees, and more bombs.
Okay. Throwing a red boomerang at the Moldorm.
I mean, yeah, it could have worked.
I think it demoralized them a little bit, but we're looking good. We got 1 Moldorm and 2 bombs. Easy money, I never doubted him for a second. And he will be rewarded with his sword as well.
I'm gonna say it was a little bit of a Monka-esque there, with only 1 bomb left, so...
Nah, he showed them what was up. He threw a red boomerang at their face and was like, don't give me no crap, and they obliged.
And here's one check that you sometimes just skip out, the Ice Road Cave.
Just a pizza heart there.
Going to be interesting to see where our runners will go now, I guess. Sarashal?
Yeah, Eastern area is looking hot. I mean, Jim also is going to have the front of escape in his mind. Looks like he's going to go ahead and do that.
I actually think this one is better because there's more checks in here if you can go the whole way to the back.
Yeah. More or less, this is probably a little bit of protection, because if he goes all the way to Sashrala and doesn't get anything, at that point he feels pretty much hedged to go to Eastern Palace. And then, you know, you're always looming, what if, you know, what I need's in escape. I think SirLinkalot's probably going to follow behind him too and go over into escape as well.
I think so as well. Just going for 3 items, and yeah, we can see here, these two are like the same person right now.
They're just good rounders, that's all it is.
But yeah, just going to Sarashal for 3 items, yeah, you would probably just dip into Eastern Palace, and you don't have the bow, and you don't want to dip in when it's a crystal dungeon, unless there's something huge.
So map in that first chest, no guarantee we're going to be able to get to the back, unless you want to do a key steal. Either that small key is going to be, you know, in Dark Cross, or it's going to be glove locked by those back 3. I forgot they got lamps so early. Don't even have to worry about you know, any silly fire rod shenanigans.
Having both fire sources is pretty nice early on, especially if you don't want to deal with, like, if this would be an Aghanim seed, but we would have had the lamp like later on as well.
Right, yeah, of course. Alright, what's Zelda still gonna have for us today? Feels bad when you get that early blue mail.
Oh, I sank hard.
Oh, I love it. That's perfect.
Oh, man.
That is where I would like Sankart to be every single seed when you got blue mail and no mirror. He deserved it with his file name. I don't even feel bad.
And the same thing is going to happen here for SirLinkalot, so there's
yeah, most likely.
Even...
Maybe he'll big brain and set up his death warp after he kills the guard and realize that, you know, he won't have to do it twice, rather. You got blue mail, it's not really gonna... I think it's the same with both of those.
Yeah, it pretty much is. And let's see if Gem can continue here, or if we might find a major item here, maybe. I don't think that these 2 runners want to see a Master Sword right now.
As far as major item goes, I mean, like a bow, I guess. You can finish Eastern Palace. A glove can make things a little weird. A heart can just be actually useless. So the back 3 are going to be glove locked.
It's pretty unfortunate that SirLinkalot is like pretty much setting up a death warp, but
it wasn't so bad. I mean, he didn't invest as much time on it as Jim did. Ask this guard to poke you in the butt a little so you can go to the front of the castle.
It's so painful to just set up the death warp when you just got a sand card and you could blue mail and you just want to go to the back, and it's just awful.
Nah, I'm upset. Kakariko should have had 5 more heart containers for him.
You really want them to suffer, right?
Only Jim, because of his file name. Alright, what's going to be in the closet here? We're still looking for some big items. Well, there's your mirrors, so maybe coming over here would have been better.
Glove.
And the glove. Good lord.
Well, that would have made the death warping a little bit smoother with the mirror. But we got our access up the mountain now, at least up to Tower of Hera.
And that will be a Tower of Hera that they can clear. It is just the green pendant. But, you know, these are our green pendant runners. You think that decision will play into their mind, thinking that they're the courage players, therefore they should make plays on the courage pendant?
I mean, it's pretty funny when you say it like that. I mean, they would most likely go up there, clear it out, because now it's technically 3 items on the mountain. In Tower of Hera, I would say.
Yeah. And given, you know, what does he have left to do? He's got Agina. We have Eastern. I guess Zora would be in Logic now, so... You gotta be thinking, if it's not in Hera, you feel like it's Eastern, so go ahead and grab the green pendant on the way.
Yes, make a quick turn in, and maybe you get your bow from it. You never know.
That's exactly what he's going to be doing, going to head up there. SirLinkalot is exiting, so this could definitely play into his favor. Say he finds a hammer or a hook shot in Eastern. Or he will just save him quick, because I don't think he mapped yet. All right.
If this was a pendant Eastern, he would have dipped out really fast.
Oh, I think that would have been a great play, too. I mean, I don't even think Eastern was that bad of a play there in that situation either, but I can definitely see why you wouldn't do it as well.
SirLinkalot is going to go to and get their blue cane here from the backup escape.
Just 10 arrows from our old man.
10 arrows and we can't even use them. Thanks, old man. Thanks.
I am 1000% impressed with both of them, skipping the small key.
I can say it like this, I would 100% open that chest because I'm real bad at counting.
I would have too. Hey, I think that was a bow, Inspector.
That is indeed a bow for our Crystal Dungeon Eastern Palace.
Now, I guess this could make your decision-making a little bit more interesting here. Do you quit now? Don't even bother with Hera and just go do Eastern?
I think you'd still do Hera at this point. I think. Yeah, we're doing Hera.
Yeah. Looks like that's what he's doing.
I love this bomb jump.
It's a nice bomb jump. It was really cool when that one was discovered. Just able to kind of ride the edge of that cliff. Oh, looks like Skullwoods, Swamp Palace are going to be the other pendants. And I think we had a 5-6 over at Thieves Town and Palace of Darkness. I think that was right. You're the one with the eagle eyes, so if I made a mistake...
Yeah, I will say it like that. I will say it like this, Zach. You might have eagle eyes as well, because you are 100% correct.
Cool, thank you. I'm trying to learn from the best here.
Ooh, early big key here in Tower of Hera. So this is the only bad part with Hera. We can't Hera pot, so we need to do the climb here, unless we get like a hook shot.
Don't feel so bad whenever you get that big key early.
I mean, you still want to do Hera pot, right?
Well, I mean, of course. Doing things are fun, so... It's nice to have a refresher on this room every now and then, you know? People are starting to forget about it. Those 3 turtles are probably a little lonely. It's nice to pay them a visit every now and then.
Oh, you're correct. You're correct.
By throwing a pot
yeah.
at them and knocking them onto the first floor.
Let's see if SirLinkalot goes for... No, he doesn't go for it. He's going back. Okay.
No items so far. In this Hera.
It's gotta be an item here, or... Okay, there's our first item, so there could be an item here on Moldorm, or it's in the basement.
Good old bootless, Fighter Storm, Moldorm. Don't ever take that fight for granted. Anything can go wrong.
And there's that middle hole that you don't want to drop down to, and sometimes it just happens that you fall down and it's not your fault.
Right. It's actually never your fault if you fall down. I've been telling myself that for years. So far, so good here on Moldorm, but, you know, haven't hit the spicy phase yet. Swing and a miss. Oh, all right, we got him. Had it the whole time. There was never a doubt in my mind.
Ooh,
And that's the hammer.
Okay, so this is why they went up here, right? Now we can clear out the rest of the mountain as well.
Yeah, that's it. That was a really good play. Oh man, finding the pearl over here on East Death Mountain, that'll really make the Eastern and pot play work out pretty well for him.
So green pendant players here, the courage players, and they got rewarded by going to the green pendant dungeon.
Yeah, they knew. I mean, it was it's their motto, their flagship. You can't abandon the green pendant if you're the courage player. It's just bad luck.
Oh, our first bottle, at least the first bottle we have seen this seed, is on that floating island.
SirLinkalot is going to elect just to take the safe route here, jump down to the big chest. Jim is doing the super exciting spiral cave.
Oh wow, we got a shield. Ack, we got our first shield.
I was wondering when it was going to show up. I was thinking any minute we should be seeing a shield. And I'm sure he's happy to get it, especially getting it through Spiral Cave. It was definitely a solid investment from him.
The solid, bootless Spiral Cave to get your first shield. You gotta love it. Ooh, SirLinkalot takes the fall.
That's a little risky doing spins. I mean, I guess you do kind of expand the hitbox of your sword, but a little dangerous because you can't necessarily change directions. And while you're spinning, you're kind of stuck prone until that sword spin is, you know, done moving. So if you miss your spin and he whips around on you, you're pretty much a cooked turkey.
Last chest here, and oh, there's our boots.
All right. Man, I feel like Jim always gets early boots every single seed he plays. I don't know how he does it. I think the race council should look into him.
SirLinkalot needs to be careful. There you go.
Whew. That was a nice hit there at the end. So he'll get his hammer. Happy that he decided to stay true to his motto and get his courage medallion.
No moon pearl up on the mountain, so we have Eastern Palace and we got Agina right now. And of course, the turn in here of the green pennant. So let's see if we're lucky enough to get 20 rupees.
And don't forget the crowd favorite, Zora. It could always be hiding there, you know?
Oh, yeah. Zora, that's a play you don't want to do. Especially without the moon pearl, because you can't do the waterfall pyramid, waterfall fairy.
They get the boots, so they could figure out, you know, some Weasley ways to get over there with some Ancilla water walk, but obviously getting the boots, you were going to be doing that a lot later in this seed, probably well after you did South Shore, so it's a little inconvenient for them. But that's just a one-off. You know, the Pearl's going to be here in Eastern, right?
I mean, it feels like it.
SirLinkalot finishing his Spiral Cave, dropping down, going to be very excited to get his shield. You can see the joy in his face.
I have to say that this seed is pretty funny that you had to go to SirLinkalot to get your stuff to go to the mountain to be able to get your first bow to clear out Eastern.
I mean, all things considered, it really wasn't so bad for him, and they both have made the correct decision to take that mirror, take that glove up the mountain, opposed to, you know, YOLO in the Eastern Palace, which did allow them, you know, to get their hammer when they got it. They're going to get their boots probably about as early as you could reasonably expect.
Let's see if there actually is something here in Eastern. We got the compass and the big key, so we can check 2 chests real fast here.
In his boots, there's a green rupee in Eastern. That's not going to be the answer.
Not really the item you want to see here. And there's our second item, so you could go and just bail that the Armor's Knight's got the item, but I don't think you do it in a big, important race.
Hey, I mean, it could be just a free... I mean, it's really not that bad of a play. You have, you know, the odds are it's just a compass in that chest, so who cares? Who needs it? Then, you know, inverted odds, maybe it is an item, but it's a useless item, so... And then maybe it's the ice rod. It's just randomizer, you never know. I don't think skipping that's a bad play here, by any means.
I mean, if it would be an ice rod in this chest right here, then you would feel pretty bad, because then you need to go in again. But it's only the map, so you would have been saved. By, like, not going back here for the vanilla big key.
And that'll open up some avenues for SirLinkalot to kind of catch back up a little with the checks and whatnot if he elects to skip that.
What I've learned from all these weeks, SirLinkalot is very thorough with his plays. I think he will not just go for the boss here.
Okay.
I mean, you never know. It's a different kind of match here. It's the playoffs, so you never know what SirLinkalot will do.
I mean, that's, you know, some things that are a little tough, too. This is a, you know, a league match. There are 3 people on a team. When you're playing by yourself and you just kind of want to YOLO and you don't really care, it's only your tournament that you're risking, it's a little bit easier to kind of make gambles and skips like that, but, you know, when your actions kind of affect, you know, more people other than yourself, things can get a little weird mentally, and, you know, you feel kind of bad if you let your team down. It's kind of the weird...
There's nothing in this dungeon.
Okay. Yeah, we do need that Moon Pearl, huh? Alright, so we have Agina and we have Zora and Bonkrox. Well, alright.
I mean, at this point, it might not even be the Moon Pearl, because we could probably get something to have to go and do Aghanim.
Man, I think a really cool route here would just be kind of like do the Bonk Rocks and then go Water Walk from the Lost Woods portal and head on over to Zora. I think that would be pretty fun. I don't know if it's faster or not, but it's definitely fun. And SirLinkalot is going to be checking the Vanilla Bee Key chest for his map.
Let's see, we got Bonk Rocks here, and there's our Moon Pearl. We got the Dark World access.
Yeah, well, never mind. No fun, I guess.
And with this, do you think Gem will go into Skullwoods here? He could beat it, but it's a pendant.
Our other pendant is Swamp. Man, I don't know. Doing Skull Woods as your last pendant always feels kind of good, because, you know, if you're going to make a play on Ped, at least you get it right then and there, but... Jim is a crazy boy. I'm not going to ever claim to say I understand what he's going to do. So, we'll see.
And the magic bat gives us a heart container, so we're stacking up heart containers here like nothing.
I think what I would have liked to see from Jim, even though he got his Moon Pearl kind of at a convenient spot to come over here to Village of Outcast, I think I really would have liked the pod play. Because we have pod and Thievestown as your 5-6. So if he finishes pod there, I mean, he's basically completed that area. He doesn't have to worry about it. And then when he makes his Village of Outcast loop, he can go ahead and knock out the big bomb with it. But he kind of, you know, got put in an awkward position with where he got the Pearl, and he just wants to keep with the route that he was on.
I think that would be a very amazing routing decision, just do it like you said, because 5-6 crystals very early on, and we can clear them all, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody went for it.
So SirLinkalot is going to finish his Easter and get his crystal. Now he will have just a couple of decisions to make where he thinks that Moon Pearl is going to be.
Oh, there's our flute. That's pretty convenient. We need that one for Mr. Meyer, but we can't do anything with it because we can activate it. But...
And see, Jim's just proving me wrong. I think coming over here now and getting that flute as quick as you can is going to save you the most time. So what do I know about routing? I need to study this guy more. Okay, this is good for SirLinkalot. He's coming over to these bonk rocks, so he's not going to get a little twisted by all the other stuff.
Are you really trying to tell me, Act, that you want to study somebody that has that file name?
Well, I'll just skip ahead in the VOD. We don't have to look at the file name.
Alright.
We'll black it out. It's very rude. He needs to stop it.
So a small key and a big key here in the beginning. We can clear the whole dungeon, since it's nothing like...
Oh, I mean, there's really not saving any time from versus a go mode Thieves Town and a non-go mode Thieves Town. If it's a crystal, you have all the items to complete it. You got the boots, man. Jump in there, get her done.
There's our fire shield, a very nice item, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, he's probably twice excited to get that one. I mean, he got it at the perfect time, too, you know? Don't have to worry about blind shooting fireballs at you. You're well-equipped. You can Galaxy Brain the logic, too. I mean, that's 2 shields. Wow, we got 2 shields in 30 minutes. That means the Mirror Shield's got to be coming up. Therefore, the Ice Rod can only be on Laser Bridge. I mean, that's just how people think.
That is one way to do Galaxy Brain, that's for sure.
Hey, nice God Pixel there, but you know what? Sorry, Matumbo Starfish there. Not allowing it today.
This can be interesting here. This is where we can get our first divergency here if SirLinkalot decides to go into Pendant Skull Woods or not.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, chase something there or find something, you know, deep in Skull Woods. That's, you know, a late game item. Even though it does seem he's behind now, I mean, we still have a lot of rando to race. We're missing all the good stuff still. So he's getting his map check in. Yeah, we still need that Samaria, we still need that Ice Road, and like what you said, we still need that Bombos, because that's going to be the medallion for both.
I was actually going to
Skull Woods.
I was actually going to point that out. We already called that we need Bombos, so sorry, runners.
And he doesn't even necessarily have to find a big item here. Wow, he's going directly to the back, too. Yeah, we're going to be just checking this first chest, or we're going to be taking this all the way to Mothula.
Honestly, I think this makes sense if you want to just go to Mothula. You can clear the dungeon out, and you never... Oh, there's our Ice Rod in Blind's cell here.
Okay, oh, we don't have to worry about that one yet. That's always nice.
I mean, if you can clear out the dungeon, just clear that. That's... Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky, right?
No, absolutely. And I mean, there's still some big items you can find in here. I mean, heck, even finding the mids will make his south routing just that much more efficient too. I mean, the mitts are very likely to be in Skull Woods. I think in the vanilla game, they're there like 90% of the time, so he's just playing the odds here. And then we got a blind fight coming over here on Jim's side.
One of the easiest bosses here, since the scripted fight here. It's
well, it's only hard. Easy because he has the red shield. And let's not go crazy.
Okay,
okay. Okay, there's one item in Skullwoods in the back, and he is going to go ahead and make that play on Moth.
I like this player from SirLinkalot. You really don't have anything to lose. Like, sure, you might lose some time, but you never know if Gem might go here later on. So you never know what happens.
I mean, if there's something here, this is going to be a huge monumental play, maybe even a turning factor in the race. Maybe just a little bit risky at this point. We've already seen one item, so we know that there is only one item left. We haven't checked any of the chests in the front, but, you know, we might not have to if the item, the progression item, will be here on Moth. Everybody's saluting for Jim's duck turn in, a meme that will never die, and I hope it doesn't. Electing to do some fighter sword spins. That's going to do master sword damage, so we're going to need to get 8 of those in. I think he got a fire rod shot, so it takes 8 of those as well. And then your other option would be using the hammer. It's got, you know, a little bit of a clunky hitbox, but it will do tempered damage, so it only takes 4 smashes. But that was a great fighter sword fight.
Very solid fight. Yeah, some compass on the boss, but there could be an... Oh, there's a Titan Smiths. Jesus.
Oh, wow. Hanging out up there. So those are behind the cave. Yeah, and unfortunately just the compass. That's kind of the risky take there, but we don't know what's on pedestal yet.
I mean, at this point, that could be our bombos, right?
Our bombos? Yeah. Oh boy, I didn't realize we got a Pendant Swap Palace. I'm surprised we haven't been talking about, you know, everybody's dream. Got Pendant Swamp, and we got no hook shot. So we'll see what that gives us later in the seed, I suppose.
If we still need that hook shot, we might not need the flippers if we don't need dip into swamp. Well, I mean, technically we need, because you need that for Ice Palace, but these two runners knows how to glitch their way.
What do we need the hook shot for?
I mean, if you don't need to, if you don't know how to hover, you need a hook shot, right?
Okay, and that's the second item. So Skullwoods is an investment right now, but it didn't pay off anything immediately for SirLinkalot.
And that is what happens sometimes. You get unlucky, but then again, we have a pedestal that could be open. We never know.
No, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, I think for pedestal, the only thing that could be on there somehow would be it locking a sword or Samaria. I think that's pretty much what we're down to.
Pretty much it. And Jem is just hitting up that pod, going to get a 5-6 crystal from this dungeon as well. So it's probably going to do Pyramid Fair, right?
Yeah. Going over here to Pop for Hype Cave. But I mean, like, with Thieves Town and Pod themselves, the dungeons typically don't get any faster, regardless of, you know, if you're in go mode or not go mode. Maybe, you know, having mirrors or boots would make it faster, but they got both of those, so this makes perfect sense. Gonna have to do it anyways. It's a good old shovel.
Got a lot of shovels.
That's nice to get before you head over to Stumpy, so we can save a couple transitions there. And SirLinkalot's again pretty much following suit here. You were definitely right. He's being very thorough. He went ahead and went over to Graveyard Ledge. and kings to him, so he has the knowledge of the mitts as well. I think that's pretty good for this race.
Just having knowledge, you know where to find it later on. So it could just be, if we're lucky enough, that the mitts are the go mode item.
I mean, we're really not that far from it, surprisingly. Just cane and bombos and swords. I'm pretty sure both of these guys could figure out a way to make their way into Ice Palace without those flippers. We're not going to have to necessarily worry about those immediately.
It's just one of those early minor stuff you learn from the game, that you can actually swim in the water without actually having flippers.
This is a really cool glitch. I really like that one. That was kind of the ones too. I mean, I'd never played before and I was just watching, and you know, that was kind of one of the ones you could get just on your own right with someone explaining it to you, just by, you know, a little bit of trial and error. It's really neat, all the stuff they learned how you could do in this game.
I was talking about the new stuff in the game. There's just new stuff coming out every single week, it feels like. You know, we got the diver down.
Oh, let's not exaggerate now. Come on.
Hey, you never know. Next week we might find something new.
By every week, he means like 3 to 4 major things that have happened in like the last 2 years.
I mean, yeah. Come on, Act, be on my side, dude.
I'm not on your side. But truth be told, you're actually kind of right. New stuff actually does get discovered quite often, but you don't really hear about it because it really has no place. Mostly the things that are discovered that actually could have some impact on the game, those are the ones you hear about, whereas there's a lot of little things, you know, like, hey, I managed to turn the Zazek green. Hey, there's a hookshot in pod.
Interesting item. We're really close to being able to dip into Swamp Palace. We just need flippers.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, maybe that... All right.
Hello, Swamp Palace.
What a disgusting pod. I cannot stand this. Here's 2 items that I would have loved to never see in this seed, and they're both just hanging out in pod. Ugh.
Did anybody
Disgusting.
Did anybody say pedestal?
Well, if that's the case, that'll work out really good for SirLinkalot, as he's already made the investment.
I mean, it would work out pretty well for Gem as well, just being able to clear out Skull Woods' last dungeon there and just mirror out and pull the pistol.
Check it too. What's it gonna be, the cape? LOL?
Oh my god, the cape for being able to get your mitts.
You know, I would think that would be a really good pedestal. Having an item like that on there, you don't really feel so bad because you assume that your opponent probably got there around... or they had the same difficulties with it, so you basically just decide, do I feel good about what I did in the seed, and you'll determine whether or not you're ahead.
I mean, honestly, there gotta be something that's really bad with this seed, right? This is like a jet seed right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't have those mitts. Gonna feel a little silly just to go in the swamp for them. It's like, come on, just... give me a turbo seed. I didn't need to go there just for the mitts. And then, yeah, that Cane of Samaria, but outside of that, we're cruising.
We do have the Sora checks as well, so we might skip out of Swamp Palace a little bit. Maybe just a little bit, but I think Swamp Palace might be pretty alright, I guess.
I mean, if you get basically nothing from those, it would not surprise me. But I think Jim is going to go probably Hype Cave into Pyramid Fairy, then he'll do Catfish and the Zora checks then. I don't think he'll make the play on Swamp quite yet, but with no mitts, I mean, you're going to have to go there pretty soon.
It's pretty funny that our mitts are blocked by a cape. Of all the items, a cape.
I can see him. I wish I could just get to him, you know? If only we allowed those silly boot clips, this would be no problem.
So SirLinkalot getting their first crystal, well, second crystal. They cleared out Eastern Palace as well. I was looking down at the tracker and was like, oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, they've done that. It's alright. They're just going so fast the tracker can't keep up. It's okay.
I'm picking up the flute here for SirLinkalot, so one item closer to being able to beat the seed.
Get to hear the flute sound. Brings joy to my ears. Now, I'm not trying to trash talk your partner, alright? This is a very objective, non-biased statement from me, but he seems to be kind of following in Jim's footsteps, and, you know, unless the Skull Woods pendant kind of pays out a little bit quicker than not, it's going to be a little tough to make up that time, so...
No, I'm 100% agreeing with you. If you're just following Jem's footstep here, it's going to be a little bit hard here for SirLinkalot, but we're still looking for a few items, and those items could be pretty much anywhere, so it could be just one gamble that makes everything so much easier.
But this is actually going to be a little bit of divergence, because I don't know if Jim is going to make it to these 2 checks soon-ish. Because I think he's probably going to go north, so SirLinkalot is actually continuing his route. He's going to do Dig Game and Stumpy. So maybe he could find something that'll help him out a little bit here, maybe that cape, or...
Oh, there's our master, and there's Quick
There's
Cape.
our cape
Wow,
and
what a
hype
hype.
cape.
Okay, the hype cape is actual hype today. Not often you say it, but that's a solid 10 out of 10, because you need a master, you need a cape. I think that's one palace pretty much dead right now.
No, I mean, we still need Canis Samaria. And actually, that cape being there is really good for SirLinkalot, because even though he did see it was seemingly behind, he now has a lot of outs, because we're basically hunting for one item with a whole lot of the game open.
I hope that SirLinkalot remembers one thing I've said. Like, it's a little bit... Oh, there's our Silver Arrows Cape 45, so that's pretty nice. You know, just kinda nice.
Those are pretty good to have, especially when you haven't done your Vitreous fight, and especially when you're still only on a Master Sword.
I kind of created a meme in our team that if you need to Cane of Samaria, you just go to Ice Palace, because I end up having 2 Cane of Samarias in 2 of my seats. And
Oh, really?
so SirLinkalot did that in one of his games, and Samaria was in there. So it became a little bit of a meme. So maybe SirLinkalot makes that play later on.
That would probably work out really well. I mean, you know, it's one of the detriments of the new glitches now. Canis Samaria does make Ice Palace clear that much faster. But when you don't have Canis Samaria, you know, you feel kind of silly for going there now. Jim was dancing a little back and forth there. He was like, do I want to do Dig Game? Do I not want to do Dig Game? And he's electing to skip it, and he's a lucky boy. It's not going to hurt him that much this time.
It's gonna be interesting to see what SirLinkalot does here, if he saves and quits for getting those mitts or not. Not doing it, or maybe... Same. Okay, so filling out the mirror. Might flute to 3 here.
Jim trying to get a little bit of a damage boost so he can dash, because while you're taking iframes, you can dash, and that bomb all of a sudden grows legs and follows you. Is setting up for the bomb dupe here, so as long as he can transition whenever the timer hits 0, that bomb will magically reappear right behind him.
I hate that word, bomb duping, since my game against Korik.
Man, I do apologize for that. I said it in the interview. Korek did you really dirty. He shouldn't have done that.
It's cool.
That even blew my mind, so...
Oh, great, single arrow, and oh my god. Really? 11 arrows behind the Pyramid Ferry? Thanks, game.
And you were right here. SirLinkalot is going to go ahead and just grab those mitts right now. Not even going to have to worry about it later.
I was like, why is it going in here again? And then, oh, yeah, right.
Is it faster to go this way?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. But it was nice. Get to hear that Death Mountain overworld theme, so. Good job not getting frame ruled by the Gerdo Birdo on the ledge. I always appreciate that.
So right now, as we know, well, we don't really know, but we might just be that Cane of Samaria away from go mode, unless, you know, bombos.
And we just acquired our mitts, so that Cane of Samaria can practically be anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and say it can probably be anywhere, but Vitreous, Turtle Rock, it's probably not gonna be in GT, but outside of that, there's a lot of places you can look for it.
A little bit too many places, and this is where the race will like pretty much come up to, like, we will reach a point here where one gamble pays off and one will hurt one of the others.
And I mean, we're already seeing it right now. These are going to be unknown checks. SirLinkalot is doing our Smith sequence. He's going to knock out 3 checks right here and there. Cane of Samaria is here. He's got himself quite the potential early go mode.
Ooh, there's a red item there, but it was not Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, we're going to be holding our breath anytime we see something red. I don't want to see no mushrooms, red potions, no red mail, no red rupees. We already got the red meringue out. That's basically the closest item you can get. That's not Cane of Samaria. Okay. Looks like Jim is... no, he has to come over and get his mitts. But, of course... You ever do that thing in Seeds where, you know, you see an item and then you finally get the item that unlocks the item, but in your brain you already assume you got the item without actually doing, you know, step 1, you just skip over to step 5?
Happens way too many times.
I know, right?
Just like sometimes your brain doesn't really react to what you're doing, and then you're like in a position that you're like, wait, what did I do wrong here?
Purple chest check coming up. Will this be our Cane of Samaria?
I mean, if this is Cane of Samaria, Gem is not going to be far behind.
I mean, I don't know. I think this is not going to be top of the priority here.
So SirLinkalot going to pot here. This is going to be very nice. Going to pick up the flippers and hook shot. And I think at this point this is going to just end up being like you follow your progression. So I think maybe Gem is going to. I mean, yeah, it's pretty hard. I guess Gem might.
We got desert. We got swamp. We got ice. You got some checks in mire. We got Dark Death Mount. But which progression are we following?
I know. That was like I don't know at this point. Like, what would you do? You know a Gem. What do you think Gem will do?
I got no flipping clue. I think he's probably going to go to the mire area and hit up desert. And then, you know, you got to make the case. Do you want to go into mire? Because, I mean, you're looking for the big key anyway. Do you want to make some big brain gambles that maybe the cane's in there? Then after that, you can hedge your bets a little bit more. You go up Death Mountain, and you're kind of just doing this to make sure you're checking your medallions, making sure you understand what's going on in this seed. That didn't look like a Bombos to me, but I could not tell because you're the one with the eagle eyes.
I don't know what that was. It could have been Quake, it could have been Ether.
Chad's saying Quake, so I'm going to say it was Ether. Because I don't want to agree with them. The tracker's saying it's Quake, so I'll agree with the tracker, though. I trust them.
Did Gem check his shovel? He did check Stumpy.
I think he checked the shovel, but... I think we were off in our heads talking about a bunch of other nonsense, so I might have missed it, but I think he did it.
Oh, alright. Gem got a bottle, our first bottle from the shovel spot.
That's right, he got a bottle. I don't know how I completely already forgot about that. I was thinking fetch quest leads to fetch quest, LOL.
This might sound crazy, but I really want one of our runners to just dip into Swamp Palace. I want some divergency here because, like you mentioned earlier, SirLinkalot just following Gem here is not good for SirLinkalot.
I mean, I'm holding my breath right now too because I think SirLinkalot might be salivating over the idea of Swamp because he's already kind of invested in the Skullwoods pendant that didn't pay out. So you're thinking like, I mean, you know, unless Jim did the same thing, cutting my losses isn't going to be good enough for me. I have no clue.
It's hard to tell because, I mean, as it looks like right now, Gem is in the lead, but like we know it's rando, anything can happen in randomizers.
But, like, you know, if he went into Pendant Swamp right now and got Canis Samaria in the first chest and bailed, I'm pretty nervous. I wouldn't think it was a bad play at all. Well, especially if the cane was there. I would think it was probably a really good play.
See, this is why I'm happy I'm not running today. I'm just like, can you just relax here? And with you, because I know that...
You're relaxed?
I mean, I'm real relaxed. Like, I know what our runners are doing. Well, I don't really know what they're doing at this point, so never mind.
The only good thing that's happened this entire seat for me was when Jim got the mirror, because I knew he wouldn't be save and quitting that much, and I wouldn't have to see his file name. Outside of that, I'm on edge. So good old 2-cycle there on Landmo. For a compass, SirLinkalot is getting his Swamp Palace care package here in Palace of Darkness.
Now the main question is, will Gem dip into Myra? I don't think Gem will dip Myra at this point.
I really like the Myra dip. I mean, it's like really only a terribly bad play if the big key is like in the first chest, but you kind of gotta rummage around in there anyways, so I don't know, roll up your sleeves and just find the big key, maybe find the item, maybe not, you can play it from here by there. But generally getting back to Myra is never that long of a journey because you always have the flute, you always have the mitts, and half the time you have the boots.
Oh, Temper Sword. That's pretty nice actually.
But I mean, he's still got a lot of other things he can do.
Yeah, you got everything up on the mountain, for example, the Dark Death Mountain. You got Checkerboard Cave here. I don't think we have even seen Nagin at this point, so...
Well, looks like we are going to see it right now. So SirLinkalot heading his way over to Helmasaur. I think Ice Palace is really almost kind of the tough call here. Man, it would just be really fun to go mode it with the cane, but it would also be really good just to not have to go up Death Mountain again.
I think Ice Palace might be the play here. It feels like one of those where everything is down here and you don't need to... Dark Death Mountain is just going to be straight up trash.
It just takes one. Alright, so he's going to head over to Dark Death Mountain, check out Chalk Cave. This really is a great play too because he's getting his knowledge of the medallion as well, so he will know if he's in go mode whenever he does find that Canis Samaria.
Let's see here from Gem. Do we need bombos or not?
He has to, right? We called it. We can't be liars.
I mean, if we're liars, I don't know. I was going to say something else,
We're
but
not.
I'm not going to do it.
We're not liars. And, you know, but if it's not bombos, we'll edit the VOD out and post, so don't worry. We'll keep our reputation intact.
At least we know at least one thing, and that's like... we know that Samaria is not going to be in here in Turok because we need it for Turok, so...
Also know that Dead Rock didn't want us to check this medallion in a timely fashion either.
Worst enemy in the game.
SirLinkalot, fighting this Helmasaur, he actually will have a little bit of a quicker fight than Jim.
It's Ether for Turok.
That's what we said. We said we were whenever they found Quake and Ether, we said they don't need any other medallions, specifically not the Bombos medallion. Anybody who says otherwise, they heard us wrong.
That's what we said. Now, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, I don't know what you were talking about. We are not wrong. There's no one that can jump on this mic booth right now and come and tell us that we are wrong. Therefore, we are not wrong. I swear, Fear Agent does it. I'm gonna be mad. Whoa, there's Samaria and Hookshot Cave.
Just go mode. At 58 minutes, 33 seconds, Gem is in go mode, and I think that's unfortunately real bad for SirLinkalot.
That's gonna be an uphill climb for sure. Yeah, at this point he is I mean, it's not that far, and Jim also still has to fight Ganon, so that's a huge wild card there, if you've ever seen him do that fight before. But yeah, he's pretty much kind of down a desert clear right now, and effectively anything else that he does, I guess, prior to going to Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, this is looking good for Jim. Let's just say it like that, because you never know what happens to randomizers, but definitely looking good for Jim.
Well,
so, you know, with this icebreaker thing...
That's exactly what I was going to talk about. At least we can be so excited that he went to Death Mountain before going to Ice Palace, because we get to see this brand new, hot, off-the-press, cool tech where he literally phases himself through a wall.
You can just explain this if nobody knows really how you
Oh, absolutely. I can explain the science behind it. So what he does is he's going to go in here and he's going to just look a little bit to the left, and he's going to place the Samaria block, and what it's going to do is crush him to the molecular level where he's able to pass through this rail, and then once he goes past the Samaria block, his molecules come back intact and he will be back whole again on the other side of the rail. It's a very commonly known A Link to the Past glitch. We've just been looking for a way to, and there you go. I mean, if you blink, you missed it, but that's the scientific way it works.
I couldn't say it better myself. I couldn't explain it better. So thank you for doing that amazing explanation of the icebreaker.
And what he forgot to do here was either open any of these chests to see if there was a small key, or get this small key here, because he is locked in this room. He could have hedged his bet here and see if there was a small key in the vanilla big key chest or this chest here, but you know, why risk it? Just go for the gamble and get 300 bucks. I don't know why he's opening these chests here. I guess if he gets to Ganon and he somehow can't kill him, he can try to bribe him to kill himself. I don't know.
Imagine if that's the next thing you can that we figure out here with Randomizer. You can actually bribe Ganon.
Pay him?
To be like, dude, Ganon, can you just, you know, explode? Thanks.
Does...
Gem has potion.
Yeah, he's got a green potion. Alright, I was just checking. What happened to all of his magic? He didn't have full magic while he was coming over here.
I don't know what he actually did with that, so...
He opened Turtle Rock, that's what happened.
Alright.
Well, why didn't you go to Meyer first? He didn't go to Meyer first because he probably wasn't at full health, but... whatever.
It's your teammate, so I guess you need to
he's not my teammate. I don't know who he is.
Wow. Okay, Gem takes down another crystal dungeon. He only needs Meyer and Turtle Rock.
Alright, and SirLinkalot finishing up Lanmo. Probably needs to make the right decision here to go to Dark Death Mountain. It's really not that bad of a decision for him to make in this situation either. Just going back into his portal, probably will go ahead and check out Checkerboard Cave.
So if you just tune into this race and you wonder why is SirLinkalot behind Gem, well, Skullwoods didn't really have anything, and SirLinkalot did a few more checks in the overworld, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's definitely the time variance was the Skullwoods play and then the entire Smith sequence. And I mean that's a lot of time, and it's tough to make up that time.
So the main question here is, do we have a Godmire or not?
It looks like our boy Jim did set up the spooky action glitch, so we'll get to see that one in action. Not a bad Myers one there. So SirLinkalot doing again. Got his flute out. Let's see where he goes to next.
Like you said, it gotta be the Mountaineer.
Either going to be a big bomb catfish play or a looks like Ice Palace. Maybe hobo into Ice Palace. Little unfortunate, but not a bad play.
I really hope he's not listening to what I said earlier, so, you know.
About the Canis Samaria being an ice.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't listen to me, because then I will feel bad.
Yeah, a little unfortunate here, but I don't think that's a bad play at all, going into ice in this spot. If you could save the trip up Death Mountain, that's a pretty good time save, but obviously it's going to be a flat time loss when that cane is exactly sitting in Hookshot Cave.
I think this is the Pyramid Bomb. I think. Maybe?
Yeah, it could be that. Could be a play in Swamp Palace too. No, that'll be a Pyramid Fairy, and then he'll probably combo in all the flipper checks with it as well. Yeah, he wanted to do hobo here because whenever he has the big bomb, you can't really take the shortcut to mirror over the hobo, so it's kind of wish-washy. You got to backtrack. So he went ahead and knocked out hobo first, and then he's going to go ahead and combo all these checks together. That was our big key. Admire there, but no small keys, so we got to take the long way around. Gonna have to refill on magic too to do our spooky also. And I think we found another sword here hanging out in Mire too. So the Ganon fight got a little bit easier, and that'll actually save us some time in Turtle Rock as well.
That's going to make that Trinix fight a lot easier.
Oh man, how can you piss up the Bass Boomerang? Alright. Throwing down some boots dust before he placed his Samaria block. So what he does here is he shoots this fire rod. And when the fire rod hits this spikes, all of the molecules travel upwards and reappear on this switch, very similar to the icebreaker. It's the same science behind it all. Oh man, I wish you would interrupt me because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Well, I'm just letting you talk because I think that sounds
Please
better.
don't.
Well, I mean, somebody sounds smart because I don't know how to.
I'm getting a little nauseous just listening to myself. Alright, so Silver's Vitreous not so bad. Took an eyeball early, but he can pretty much take 2 more hits here.
And there's the 6 crystal for Gem, and we all know that it's pretty impossible to just go mode Turtle Rock, so won't be that much faster than, you know, when you're searching for items.
Hey, you know, I mean, there's always the big chest skip, and it's always great too whenever that blows up in your face. God, it's a very low percentage chance of when that happens, but man, it's always funny when it happens because you can just see the panic in the runner's face. Like, oh god, this was not supposed to happen. What am I supposed to do?
You mean when there's no small key on Laser Bridge and you need to go back and...
It's when there's exactly a small key in the vanilla big key chest and the big chest. But it's kind of unlikely for both of them to be there.
I mean, now I really wanted it to happen. Okay, SirLinkalot is up on the mountain. Probably, yeah, he's going... Yeah, this is a good play for SirLinkalot.
Yeah, so basically not adding any more damage to the route than what's already been done. But unfortunately, at this point in the race, he is kind of looking for Jim to go ahead and make some mistakes. I mean, running out of magic on Trinex would be a really bad mistake, especially if he didn't take the safety door. Falling on Ganon, Jim would never do that, but that would be another costly mistake as well.
Despawn GT could happen. I don't think Gem would do it, but you never know.
Yeah, Despawn GT, Quadrant Glitch. He cuts his stream before the credits roll, and he wasn't local recording.
I mean, honestly, if Gem would do something like that, I don't think you would be very happy.
I would be so happy. That would honestly, like, whatever. I get to play a game for it. I would laugh the whole time too. And not to mention, I would be able to rib him about that for months. So you know what? That's what I hope happens now.
SirLinkalot not even opening GT. And
I mean, that's a big brain play right now, because whenever he gets his Cane of Samaria, he gets to have full magic in Ice Palace and doesn't have to use his potion.
Oh, there's Bombos in Turtle Rock.
That's what we said. You needed Bombos that was in Turtle Rock. We didn't say for, we said in.
Exactly.
This hurt us the whole time.
People trying to call us liars.
Did we get the big key already? I don't remember.
I honestly have no idea if we have or not.
We're not going to be able to see from a menu, and we should have been paying attention to know.
I mean, we are paying attention. We just found Bombos in Turtle Rock.
Right. What was in that first chest? I don't know.
I mean, it was obviously something, so I mean, we didn't really miss out. And SirLinkalot is going back to reopen. Well, not reopen. He's going to open up Turtle Rock. I guess he's going in at this point.
Oh, he should have just done Turtle Rock after he got Samaria. That would have been the best play. He would have got full health and full magic. Gosh, Jim. Alright, I'm going to assume he got the big key. Unless he's going to faceplant himself on this next big key door that he opens and then go back and do the vanilla big key chest. But he's probably got it.
It feels like Gem is pretty solid. So, yeah. I'm 100%, sure that he knows what he is doing at this point.
I mean, there was a day in history where Jim did forget and he left the big key in that chest. And not only did he do that, but his partner did it as well, so they both face planted on that door. And he's doing a crazy thing here and making sure that he doesn't get burned by this small key here. I don't know,
Calm down, Mac. Calm down.
If he somehow manages to evade the less than 10% chance of a small key being in both those chests and not having to deal with like the backtrack, I'll help you fill out your race council application on this guy. Well, he's got all the keys right now. It doesn't even matter. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm confused. We'll never know.
Honestly, it sounds like you want to report your teammates, so that's up to you. I'm not going to do it.
I'm upset with what I'm seeing right now. Nobody checks the big chest.
I mean, actually, you can just say that Gem doesn't know how to do laser skips.
He was probably scared because he used his green potion, so... I don't know what that accomplishes. I guess it would be half of a backtrack instead of a full one. Well, hopefully SirLinkalot does the reasonable thing and skips the big chest so I can know what happens with that small key, because that's going to bother me for the rest of my life.
So I guess since Gem is cleaning up the Trinix here, and that's his 7th crystal, we should probably get chat ready for something we normally do here, right?
Yeah, we type random numbers into the chat as soon as he gets this crystal, and as soon as someone does the command, which I refuse to ever start that command from the one time I accidentally did it about 30 minutes into a race, but yeah, go ahead and put your numbers.
So okay, so there's 1 to 22 locations in Gannis Tower to find that GT big key. So if you want to play games and guess a number and I don't know, get internet points, put your guesses in chat and act. Where do you think it is?
Or do I think it is? I don't know. I think it's gonna be early. So, 2. I don't know.
I mean, at this point, it's, you know, it's gonna be early because this seed has been way too kind.
Man, I'm never gonna know.
Never know why they both went for the big chest.
Well, I'm never gonna know if they dodged the Super Troll Turtle Rock. Alright, if you guessed number 2, you're wrong. And 1 was also wrong.
Some would say, get good. Well, there's our map, so that's number 3. So, sorry.
We didn't get a small key early, so unless you want to do tile room, you're forced to hang out over here on the left side. What number did you guess, by the way? I didn't hear.
I never guessed 1, because I normally just go
1?
with tile
1 was
room.
wrong. Sorry. That was 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're past 7 now.
7?
Speaking of 7, if you got 7 more rupees, it would be really cool. Chest number 8's not going to do it.
He got another piece of heart, so I mean, that's pretty nice. Full refill. You could die in here.
Getting bullied by the Stalfos a little bit. Alright, SirLinkalot doesn't got his butter sword now, so slightly slower Trinex, but still a good fight over here.
Hey, mirror shield.
Okay, this is perfect. Now, since Jim doesn't know how to do laser skips, we can go back to Turtle Rock to see if a small key is on the bridge. Because he's got a mirror shield now and he doesn't need to be scared. Sorry, I'm still getting over the fact I'm never gonna find out what was in those chests. There's our red mail. Oh, and that was a big key in the last chest in Rando room. And I think that was a number greater than 10, so I kind of lost count.
I honestly forgot where we left off, so...
So if you picked the number that was greater than 10, you win.
Apparently it was number 13.
Well, that's what they're saying, but how do we know all these people didn't just guess 13? I don't know if we can trust them.
That's a good question, actually.
SirLinkalot doing ice. Will we see an icebreaker from him? Jim climbing Ganon's tower. Even picked up the safety of Red Mel. It's going to be tough for even him to throw this one.
It's going to be tough to catch up.
Congrats to Chili Con Cust for winning the game. And having an hilarious username, too.
Pretty solid gauntlet here, the beginning 2 rooms, actually, from Jem. I mean, I didn't expect something else, but, you know.
Is electing to waste some time to go for that fairy. But, you know, I guess better safe than sorry. Going for the fairies, checking the Turtle Rock big chest. Surprised he didn't grab the magic there. Nice icebreaker from SirLinkalot.
Oh, Jem missed an arrow on the Lamolas here.
Just going for the double 2 cycle on Landmos today. I don't know. I think they changed something with the Landmos in V31. With Silvers, man, they seems like they got some moves on them. They've been dodging them a lot recently.
They're too OP.
Get good.
Come on, Ak.
I'm sorry.
Time for Jem to light up some torches here. Very dangerous. This firebar will kill you if you're not playing it safe.
And if you're watching on the left-hand side, SirLinkalot is going to be fighting Coldstare, and he has a full magic meter. And even if he didn't, he has Bombos. This is actually the way you're supposed to do it. Good fight by him there. Just one kind of getting away, but no big deal.
Let's see, Jem got 1 dangerous boss coming up, Moldorm 2. Need that.
That was really dangerous. I am sweating over here. I gotta get a glass of water with all the perspiration I lost, because that was a scary boss that was on the screen for about 2 seconds until he died.
I mean, did you see how he was looking all crazy and stuff?
He does have some crazy eyes. I'll give Moldorm that.
See if Jem knows how to do stuff here on Aga.
Now, why do they call it Aga 2 when this fight is 3 times as hard?
I mean, technically this is Aga 1, right? Since we never did Aga Tower, so, you know.
Why do they call it Aga 1 when it's 3 times as hard? Nice triple there.
I have no idea.
Me either.
And Jem just destroying Agadem, so let's go and take down the pig.
About to be hopping into the Ganon fight. Butter sword in hand. Takes 6 slashes for phase 1s and 2s. Takes 4 slashes for the 3rd phase, and then it takes not falling on the 4th phase. And a couple silver arrows, so... So far, so good. Even going into the middle of the circle to mimic his NMG route. Seemed like the most dangerous place to be whenever you know you're about to get swarmed by fire bats. Let me just stand right in the middle of them.
Take it like a man. Be like, I'm not scared for you, Ganon, so just stay away.
And this is where we would expect a text box to appear. If you want to spin 1,300 rupees, I'll buy for you right now. That was our new V33 invention we invented during this commentary stream. It's going to happen. Stay tuned. Probably 2023, whenever that comes out.
Well, Ganon is exploding here without not bribing him. Gem takes down Ganon. He's going to cross a bridge here, and Frommy will give an interview. If we win, goes through to the next round. And OP Good. OP is like people call it, but Operation Good is now officially knocked out. Gem has finished first with an official SRL time by 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 19 seconds. So GG's.
GG's. Sorry, guys.
And I mean, you guys are undefeated by reason, so you know. You guys know.
And we can be friends because we never played each other, so.
I mean, yeah, I'm 100% okay with that. And unfortunately, SirLinkalot decided to I think mirror out from Myers, and yeah, he did take a forfeit here, SirLinkalot. And we are joined by Gem. GG's.
Yo, thank you.
So,
GG's,
Aga, I think you need to talk with Gem about one thing.
So I heard, I don't know. Why'd you check the big chest in TR, man? I don't know if it was you like big brain the key skip. I don't know because you couldn't.
It's 11% that you get fucked.
I mean, we don't need to talk about ducks. That's just a.
Oh, sorry.
It's just 11%, you know.
Yeah, just 11%.
But SirLinkalot did it too, and I just wanted to know if there was a small key there. It's a very silly thing for me to harp on, but how'd you feel for the race with the route that you did?
I felt pretty good because it was pretty efficient overall. But I don't know. I guess if you had just gone Hype K first, you could have skipped a lot more than what I did. But with Pearl being in Bonk Rocks, it was kind of hard.
We are joined by SirLinkalot as well. GG's.
Thank you. GG's, Jim.
Yo, GG's, dude.
So, SirLinkalot, since we just asked Gem about the routing decision, how did you feel about yours?
I felt pretty good about my routing up until like later when I was kind of only looking for a couple things. Finding what I did in Sahashvilas and then making that decision. It's like, I'm going to go to Death Mountain first because I opened stuff up, and then finding the bow. I'm like, well, if Gem went right to Eastern Palace after picking that up, then he's going to have to double dip Eastern probably. So I feel good about that. And then finding boots up there too. So I was like, hey, that makes Eastern even faster for me too. But I kind of heard Gem say, yeah, if it's like with Moon Pearl where you were, like if you would have made the decision, it's like, I'm going to start at Hype Cave and go clear Crystal Pod. Like you could have skipped so much in this game.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
You both pretty much did the same thing. I think almost literally exactly with your after Eastern, then going up to you check back of Sync and then go up to Death Mountain because you guys were the Courage players and the Green Pendant players of your team. Did you feel inclined to immediately just go check what was on Moldorm?
Yes, I definitely am aware that I'm the Courage player, and that's because I went to Hera and got the pendant.
Yeah, that was something Alex was bringing up. I was just curious if that was a thing or not.
No, that had no relevance. Like when I did my map check. When I did my map check after leaving Sahashvila's hut, I was just like, okay, Eastern's a crystal, so if there's no bow, I have to double dip. But I can go up to Death Mountain with what I just cleared. I can get the green pendant, and if I somehow find a bow, I can come back, turn the pendant in, and clear Eastern. That's exactly what happened. But that was just like, I don't want to go into Eastern without a bow right now with it being a crystal.
Yeah, you both did exactly the same things.
Yeah, you guys pretty much followed each other. Like it ended up being with you, SirLink. You followed pretty much Gem's way of routing, except you did Skullwoods. Gem never touched Skullwoods at all.
Yeah, I think the Skullwoods and the Smith sequence were pretty much a lot of the factors that had kind of put you behind a little bit earlier. And then Kakariko, being as frugal as it was kind of silly too.
Yeah,
Hate it when Kakariko's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the decision to go into Skullwoods was just like, it's like, I know if I'm not going to beat Gem in an execution-based seed, so it's like I need something stupid to happen. I'm like, Gem's probably going to skip a Pendant Skullwoods, so let's go to Pendant Skullwoods and hope something's there. And then it came up dry. I'm like, well, I probably lost time there, so I need to do something else. Before going up to Death Mountain and finding Samurai, I was really considering just going into Swamp Palace and be like, I'm just going to YOLO Swamp Palace at this point.
Nice. Yeah, I was wondering if you'd do that, and honestly, I thought that would have even been would have been a good play. Just, yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm sad. I was hoping. I don't know. I was ready to play you, SirLinkalot. So.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, it's like I want to beat Gem, not just because I want to beat Gem. It's like I want to be able to face Act tomorrow. Now it's just like that race is like, well, it's not needed anymore. I was all hyped for that.
I'm still holding out that like he accidentally cuts his stream here while the credits are going, and he doesn't have a VOD, so we'll still get to play anyways.
Oh, did you just? Okay, I can do it. No.
In stream.
I mean, you can race him anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Just put it on the schedule. I doubt anybody will notice.
Yeah. You want to do a cross keys race tomorrow, SirLinkalot?
Yeah, we could do it, like crazy cross keys bingo or something silly like that.
Yeah. We'll just add some more Triforces on the thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
But with that result, From will give an interview. If we win, goes through to what's the next stage for this conference thing?
Conference semifinals would be next.
So congratulations, Ak and Jem, and also to Korek, since Korek is not here right now. But congratulations.
Where's Korek? I wish I had teammates with support of this. Dang, he should be here.
He was in chat. I mean, so.
It's not the same. Oh, when did you get here, Walker? GG. I was just talking to you yesterday.
I know, right? It's customary to now that we've been eliminated to kind of let all the teammates in for to be in here. Although if Korek's in chat and wants to pop in, I think this would be a good time for all of us to just chill and talk.
No. He's off doing his own thing. He thinks he's better than us. He can just stay in chat. We don't need him in here.
So I guess I'm going to start with you, SirLinkalot, since you're like our team captain, I guess we can call it. So how did you feel about the league this season, about, I guess, our performances?
I mean, I was really happy with it. I know, like, when we saw the division, we saw everything. It was like, okay, like, let's try to make playoffs. I think it's going to be a rough one, and then we did really well, made playoffs, and went up against Old Swag and, made it even further. But no, I enjoyed season 1 incredibly, and then being able to team up with friends instead of just people I had no idea who I was teaming up with previously. It made it a lot more enjoyable than season 1.
Oh look, Korek has appeared. What's up, Korek?
Hey, GG.
GG's Corey. So I guess if we follow up with you, Wallkicks, how did you feel about this season?
I mean, we did a lot better than I was thinking we were gonna do. It kind of how Sterling said when we saw the schedule. I think we cursed a lot at the fact that we were playing you guys in Cross Keys week, because that's the week we kind of all felt strongest. And then it's like, oh man, we played these guys. But despite those 2 losses, we were still able to kind of keep it together for the rest of the way and make playoffs. And I think that was kind of our goal initially, was to make playoffs, and then just to make it another round was far beyond what at least I was predicting. But hey, we did our part. We got to the playoffs. I think we got pretty good. Now we just got to get better and come back next season even stronger.
Yeah, you guys beat Walter's team, so honestly, maybe the unsung heroes of the league so far.
I mean, just like, I don't know, like Swordless against me, like, I will, Kern picked Swordless against me, and I was like, okay, I can deal with that, and then I beat Kern, and then Walter didn't veto swordless, and I'm like, really? Like, really? I thought like you would have seen my swordless performance, and then you let me play swordless, and I'm like, okay, well at least I have a chance, because I don't know why I like feel like I'm decent at swordless, but I feel like I'm decent at swordless now, and I should play more swordless.
All that cross keys, man. Yeah, play more swordless.
It's a thing. Although I still need to like learn from Korik how to actually like route cross keys better.
Just go to where all the items are. That's the word on the street these days.
Dude, I remember a bingo a couple of weeks ago where Korik like had a call that he was gone for a half hour and was still the first person out of all of us to recognize that it was a pet seed. I'm like, that's ridiculous, dude.
God, what a tryhard.
Seed was free, guys.
I know, but gosh dang it. But no, really, really happy, and I mean, you know, really glad that I partnered with Sir Link, Nilsson, and Alex. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys were in the same team last season, right?
No.
No.
Wooly and Nilsson were not in part of season 1. I was. I was on Blind's Bandoliers, if I remember correctly.
Oh man, I'm okay. That's just how close I feel like you guys are, you know? I feel like you've been together forever.
Right, I actually ended up with Wallkicks asking me if I wanted to join SirLinkalot and Wallkicks for the team, and I was like, oh, sure. I didn't really know Wallkicks, but then I never talked with SirLinkalot, so I was like, oh, well, I mean, if you want one more player on the team, and it turned out great, and we improved, and I mean, we got knocked out here in this stage by a team that's undefeated, so I'm real happy with our performances, and yeah. Really happy, and I'm looking forward to next season.
And now that we're knocked out, you guys better actually win. Like, we didn't get this far just to lose to someone who's going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
well, it's a lot of pressure because, you know, we're not winning for us anymore. You know, we feel like we're winning for the universe because everybody wants to hear Faram's sweet voice.
But we're just adding more pressure to that, so just, you know, keep at it.
I'm going to try my best.
I mean, I mean, if this is pretty much everything, I guess, Gem, SirLinkalot, do you guys have anything to say about the seed? And
I mean, it was a fun seed to play. Yeah, that's about it. Like,
yeah, same.
yeah, it was kind of one of those seeds. It's like you could have routed it a lot of different ways. Like the seed kind of pushed you to route it a certain way, but if you would have like actually made decisions, kind of like, you know, we both made the Eastern Palace play and left and found the bow, so we didn't have to double dip. But if, you know, if one of us would have made that decision, like, hey, Moon Pearl, let's not go to Village of Outcasts and start at Hype Cave instead. It's like, oh, surprise, here's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the way to save, like, what, 4 or 5 minutes here, if you just start at Hype Cave.
Yeah.
Jim, did you put the wrong logo on your screen?
Yes, I did. I just deleted it out of my OBS. So I can do it again.
Good job.
It's the old one from last season.
Good job, dude.
Oh, awesome. Again, GG's, you guys were definitely a tough team, and it was always really fun to play you guys. So appreciate the good lucks, and yeah, we'll see you guys next season.
For sure.
For sure.
Definitely.
So I guess that pretty much wraps up everything here on Speed Gaming. Pleasure to do comms with you, Actiboker. First time I've done commentary with you, and it's become pretty wild, pretty cool.
I hope that's good. Nah, dude, it was fun, man. We'll do it again. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Sure. Let's find something to sign up for, and let's do this. But once again, thanks to our runners, Gem and SirLinkalot, and also to our tracker, Dark Diplomat, that made us look smarter, since we didn't need to track. And Ak, you will get the pleasure to close this one out. Peace out, guys.
Well, thanks for watching. There's still going to be other races going on, so stay tuned to the Speed Gaming channels. But yeah, got plenty of playoff matches to race. But yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Take care.